You know what I hear from NRIs all the time? I'll retire when I have 5 crore rupees. That should be enough. And here's what I tell them. You're probably going to run out of money. Not because 5 crore rupees is small, but because you're calculating retirement wrong. And there's something eating your corpus that most of you completely ignore. Hello everyone. Welcome to EPK Capital. Here we simplify wealth management and investments so you can build wealth for generations. As a bonus, I have created an in-depth guide to the 7 costly tax traps for high net worth NRIs, a strategic report on avoidance and compliance. You can download it simply by clicking on the link in the description. Let's get started now. Let me break down the real cost of retiring in India. You think you need 50,000 rupee to 60,000 rupee monthly? That's your first mistake. Sure, rent, food, household help. That's about 50,000 rupees. But then comes healthcare. Today, health insurance for a retired couple costs 1.2 lakh rupees per year. Add regular checkups, medicines, emergencies. You're at 3 rupee to 4 lakh rupees annually. That's 25,000 rupee to 35,000 rupee per month just for healthcare. You're really looking at 80,000 rupee to 1 lakh 5,000 rupee monthly, not 50,000 rupees. Here's the bigger problem. Healthcare inflation in India is 13 to 14% annually. That's almost double the general inflation. Think about what that means. An angioplasty costing 32 lakhs rupees today, in 20 years, it'll cost 54 lakhs rupees. A cancer treatment could be 1 rupee to 2.7 crore. And you're sitting there thinking 5 crore rupees is your safety net. The real corpus you need? Between 6 rupee to 9 crore rupees. Not impossible, but definitely not 5 crore rupees if you're not strategic. Okay, but here's where most NRIs leave money on the table. The moment your money hits an Indian bank account, the government automatically takes 30% through something called TDS, tax deducted at source. So if you have 10 lakh rupees earning interest, the bank grabs 30% before it even credits you. But, and this is the part 90% of NRIs don't know, you can reduce that to 10 to 15% with one simple filing. It's called DTAA, Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. If you're from the US, UK, Canada, Australia, Singapore, almost every major country, you have this treaty with India. Here's the number. You have 50 lakh rupees earning 7% interest. That's 3.5 lakh rupees annually. Without DTA, the bank takes 1.05 lakh rupees. You keep 2.45 lakh rupees. With DTA, they take 52,500 rupees. You keep 2.97 lakh rupees. Difference? 52,500 rupee per year. Over 20 years, that's 10.5 lakh rupees you didn't lose. It takes filing one form. Form 10F. Most bank managers won't mention it because they don't get commission. But it's your money, just sitting there, free. Let me tell you why most NRIs who put 70 to 80% into real estate don't reach 5 crore rupees. You buy property in Mumbai for 1 crore rupees. Rent it out. Get maybe 40,000 rupee monthly. That's 4.8 lakh rupees annually. On 1 crore rupees, that's 4.8%. Sounds okay, right? Except now there are taxes, maintenance, vacancy periods. Your real yield? 2 to 3%. Compare that to an equity mutual fund. Historical returns? 10 to 12%. Do the math. 1 crore rupees at 3% for 10 years becomes 1.3 crore rupees. Same 1 crore rupees at 12% becomes 3.1 crore rupees. You just left 1.8 crore rupees on the table. And property is illiquid. If you need cash at 55, you can't get it for 6 to 12 months. Real estate makes sense if you want to live there. But as a retirement savings vehicle, equities work harder. So here's the optimal split. Maximum 20% in property, 70 to 80% in equities and debt. Okay, so let me show you how to actually build 5 crore rupees. Let's say you're 35 years old. You invest 1.2 lakh rupees monthly in a diversified mutual fund portfolio. After 10 years at 12% returns, you have approximately 2 crore rupees. Now you stop adding money. Just let it sit for another 10 years. Same 12%. By year 20, you have 6.2 crore rupees. But here's the kicker. If you increased your SIP by 10% every year, a step-up SIP, that 2 crore rupees becomes 3 crore rupees. And by year 20, you're at 9 rupee to 10 crore rupees. That's the difference between comfortable and truly wealthy retirement. Starting early matters more than almost anything else, because each year you delay costs you compounding for a decade. So stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. There are 3 account types. Most NRIs use only one. That's costing them money. NRI account for foreign salary, investment returns. Interest is completely tax-free. You can move the entire amount overseas whenever you want. No limits. This is your tax-free growth account. NRO account for Indian rental income, dividends. Interest gets taxed at 30%. But with DTAA, that drops to 10 to 15%. You can send 1 crore rupees yearly back overseas. This is your Indian income account. FCNR account, deposits in foreign currency. Tax-free in India. Interest at 4.5 to 6% in US dollars. Your rupee depreciation hedge. Here's what most successful NRIs do. They use all 3. Foreign salary goes to NRE. Rental income goes to NRO. And 20 to 30% of their portfolio sits in FCNR, earning dollars, protected against currency risk. That's the structure. Not complicated, but it's the difference between losing money and keeping it. Okay, here's what you actually do. Step 1. This week, 5 Form 10F. Get your tax residency certificate from your country. Takes to 4 weeks. Download Form 10F from the Indian Income Tax website. File it online. 15 minutes. Reduce your TDS from 30 to 15%. Step 2. This month, structure your accounts. NRE for foreign income. NRO for Indian income with DTAA filed. FCNR for currency protection. Link them all to your tax documentation. Step 3. This quarter, start investing. 40,000 rupee to 1.2 lakh rupees monthly SIP into a diversified mutual fund portfolio. 40% large cap, 25% flexi cap, 20% mid cap, 15% debt. Increase by 10% every January. That's it. Do these 3 things with discipline. And in 20 years, you're looking at 8 rupee to 10 crore rupees. That's not a fantasy. That's math. Look, I know this sounds like a lot of moving pieces. Tax forms, account types, portfolio allocation. But the truth is, most NRIs who reach 5 crore rupees don't do anything fancy. They just do these things consistently. The ones who fail, they delay. They don't file taxes. They chase real estate. They ignore the small optimizations that compound into millions. The difference between comfortable retirement and stressed retirement often comes down to understanding these nuances early. If you want to make sure your specific situation is optimized, if you want someone to run the actual numbers for your corpus need, structure your accounts correctly, and ensure you're not leaving money on the table, that's what we do at EPK Capital. We work with NRIs, HNIs, and UHNIs who have the means to build wealth and the sense to protect it. But start today. Don't wait. Because every year you delay costs you a decade in compounding. Your retirement in India doesn't have to be uncertain. With the right plan, it can be one of the most peaceful chapters of your life. Let's build it the right way.